did so many wrong things in my life, but now I'm in my right mind, right mind.
I feel like,
Yeah.
but then I make it somebody else's responsibility to tell me if they can hear me in the mic, which is probably obnoxious, so maybe I should be a headphoner. Okay. Well, you're the person I put the responsibility on,
Yeah,
so
it's
if
like,
you guys are okay with it,
Not that
then
much
I'm
of a
fine with it.
responsibility.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's why I check it before.
Yes, I can hear you.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Yeah. I make sure. Oh, man.
Well, good morning, y'all.
Good morning.
Good evening, good afternoon, whatever.
Great intro. Great intro.
Well,
They're just
Good
getting
morning,
better
y'all.
and better. Life's intros they're unique. In a good way. I say that in a good way. Like last time, he's like, welcome to the Right Mind podcast, where we talk about sports. This weird accent and everything. It was just like...
It's an indiscriminate accent.
Yeah. And then I think 50, you even did it with like, I couldn't even say it. And you're like, welcome. Like just jumping out the room. But it is what it is. We're here now.
It ain't that special.
No? Dang, way to cut yourself
I
out
was
on that one.
like, oh, I don't have a
Don't
audible
undercut
response
yourself,
to
like-
that.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not sure what to say. Cue Ferris. Okay, perfect. All right, go ahead. Well, gee, I see. You throw me off. So I can't talk anymore.
Come on! The real.
We're not going to go back to that reel, even though it's on every platform, but whatever. Well, what's going on, everybody? My name is Jay Faith, and this is the Right Mind Wednesdays podcast. Get your notebooks out, get your pencils ready. Time to take some notes. We got everybody here. Who else we got here? Who's here?
I'm
We got
Kayla.
life.
I'm Kayla.
I'm here. And we got our guest for the night, Ferris
What's up?
Electric. Appreciate
Oh, you got my name right.
Yeah, of course, man.
Nice.
Come on now.
I was just on a radio show. She kept calling me Electric Ferris. I was like, I'm dyslexic too. I get it.
Yeah, like it works for me.
Yeah.
How's everybody doing? How's everybody's fourth? How's things?
Uneventful.
Uneventful?
Yeah, I haven't seen any fireworks or anything.
I didn't either.
I heard them.
I wish it wasn't.
Yeah, I hear them every night for the
I
last
was like, I
3
heard
days.
them for
but
like 3 to 4 days. Haven't seen
off in the
one.
distance, you're like,
that's all
oh,
I
that
got.
sounds nice.
Yeah. Oh, enjoy it, guys. I hope y'all like it. Don't blow yourselves up. Appreciate it.
Well, since it's the week of the 4th, I'm like, it's not gunshots. It is fireworks.
Yeah, it's not done till at least
Well, I mean, it's
Sunday.
mixed in a little bit.
Yeah,
As we
that's
heard,
true. Yeah,
this was a
true.
bad weekend for that.
Oh, yeah, that's true, too. I did. I was like, damn. You can never just enjoy a holiday. It's always like, oh, Independence Day. But then, like, not to joke about it, like 4 people end up getting injured or killed or something.
Yeah, and
It's
the randomness about it's like crazy, man.
Come on, man. You've been sick and just away from the world.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't do anything. I walked to the boulevard like before the fireworks went off, and I think I got home just as they were about to start. I was like, yeah, I'm not. I was like, I'm
You're
not.
like, I was just in the right spot to watch them now.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not staying outside. I'm
No.
cool.
Was it packed?
There was no one on the boulevard, like barely anybody. There was like 10
Really?
There was like 10 people.
It doesn't feel like the 4th of July this weekend. It's like
Right,
weird.
it did.
It
felt
doesn't
odd.
feel like, to me, it doesn't feel like summer as a whole. It rained
Yeah,
way too
yeah.
much.
Right.
Last month it rained way too much. We
And you
had
got the
like 3
smoke
good
in the
days.
air everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm dying, so I can't
Yeah.
breathe. Like,
Yeah.
I'm coughing up a lung every other day. It's so much fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
life has had no meaning for a little bit now.
Yeah. And then I went to New York, and obviously you take Canada's air or fires or whatever.
Yeah, I heard
you
New
wanna
York was
call it.
awful.
And then, so on top of already what New York is.
Right,
in
because it
general.
traps it in the city. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it was terrible for 3 days, 4 days.
Yeah, I saw some video. It was like orange smoke, almost like
Oh,
crazy.
really?
Yeah,
Oh, I
yeah.
didn't
It was
see
such
that.
a haze. It was like a week ago though. It was,
Oh, that's insane.
Yeah,
Was
when it was
anybody
really
wearing
bad.
masks or because of it or no?
And I didn't see anybody. I
Nobody
mean, there was
cared.
like the occasional people.
right,
I
right.
think-
People
I
that
think-
still just wear them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's more heavier in New York just because it's so overpopulated.
It gets trapped. Yeah, definitely.
So people are just like
The buildings
trying to-
trap it and all that.
Yeah. So I don't know. It was cool though. But
What were you doing in New York?
I went for work.
Oh.
I had kind of an event with one of the kids that goes to the program. It was
Mm-hmm.
like a recognition Youth of the Year kind of thing for the Boys and Girls Club. So
That's cool.
He was kind of competing for regional Youth of the Year. He didn't win, unfortunately, but I mean, it's one of those things. it's like choosing the best of the best. It's
Right,
like they're
right,
all
yeah.
really good, and it's just like, well, you can only choose one.
Right, right.
Like, who do you choose? So like it starts to get really nitpicky, you know, with those things. But I mean, it was a really, to me, it was a really good experience.
Yeah.
It always is. I go almost every year because it's a yearly event, and we are fortunate enough that we're the only military club in Mass. So more likely than not, we always end up getting to advance straight through from states.
Yeah.
Because they do like a traditional and then a military Boys and Girls Club Youth of the
Right,
Year
right, right.
that both go. But since we're the only one, we don't have anybody to compete with. Which is, I mean, it's good and it's bad. Obviously, I want them to, I mean, but I always try to start out with, like, yeah, because there is a Cape Cod military, Cape Cod military base. I think it's the Coast Guard. But they don't have like a really active youth center. But
Yep.
I always try to be like, well, Cape Cod could enter. Because I don't want them to
so
go
you want
in.
to push them like they're competing against somebody, yeah.
Because I don't want them to go in and just be like, all right, cool.
This is a
Like,
given.
No shot. So I always just try to push them. But yeah, that's why I was just in New York. But they fly us out. It's like everything's paid for.
That's cool.
I'm like, all right, cool. It's fine
Yeah,
with me.
right.
So, and then they gave us like
Work vacation.
Yeah, pretty much. I was telling, we were talking about it. The podcast is dropping just a couple minutes, I think, but so I don't know how it worked out. So I flew out Monday the 19th, came back the 21st, which is a Thursday. That Friday I worked just a little bit, and then I've been on leave all last week, and then they closed our center on Monday because of the 4th of July. We're like, there's no kids going to show up. Nobody's going to come in. So I've literally been like away from work for like 2 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Like today was my first day back. It was
Yeah.
awesome. And it was actually an easy day, thank God.
That's nice.
So how's everybody else doing? How are you doing since our
Me?
last? Yeah, you.
I'm pretty good, you know. Been hitting the gym a lot. I've got an album dropping July 12th. Hope
You're.
I'm really excited to hear that.
Yep.
Just trying to chill too, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm always on the go, so.
Yeah. I feel you. Yeah, that's what we
Yeah.
were talking about. Just like trying to find ways to take breaks
Oh, yeah.
sometimes. Cause,
Yeah.
I mean, you know it more than anything too.
It's crazy,
between
man. Like the
lunch-
promo game, it's like just
Yeah.
my brain's just always exploding. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm always doing something, but yeah, it's nice though. I mean, lately, the last 2 weeks, I've just been like totally chill. No
Oh, that's
creativity,
Yeah.
just like really just absorbing. Back to absorbing.
You need to do
Absorb,
yeah,
create,
you
absorb,
have to
create,
do that.
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to do that. You have to take time. It can't just constantly be.
No, you can't push.
Create, because you're either gonna start duplicating things. You're gonna or you're just gonna wear yourself.
Yeah, you just
Yeah.
burn out.
Too
That's what I feel like. I burn out
Yeah.
and I need like 3 weeks to
Yeah.
recuperate and then get back to it.
Right.
Yeah.
My brain just shuts down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like I don't have any creative process whatsoever. I just need to like breathe.
I'm at a point now where like I've pushed for so long, maybe like I don't know, like 6 years maybe.
Yeah.
Straight, and I'm at a point now where like I only work like when I'm inspired. Like if I'm not, I just let it be for
Right,
me.
right,
You know what
yeah.
I mean, I still show my social media presence a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not on there. But I mean, I'm just taking the time to improve on other aspects of my life.
Yeah.
Get right physically and mentally and all of that stuff. I'm reading more.
Nice, man.
So-
That's always good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Saving up for a couple vacations actually.
Cool.
Nice.
I don't get to go away as much, so.
I can't remember the
it'll be
last time I
nice.
took a real vacation.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I just got my passport too.
Oh, nice.
Might be going to DR in October, hopefully.
Nice.
Sick,
Yeah.
man.
So
Hell yeah. That sounds great.
gotta get my finances right and I'll
Yeah.
be good.
Yeah. I'm slacking on the passport. I tried like 4 years ago, and then
I need to get mine too.
I don't have mine either.
no.
No.
We got the paperwork, and then we took it home, and we had everything like kind of together, but we were missing something, and then we ended up losing our social security cards. So you need that. To,
Yeah.
to
And that's
get
a
it.
process to get those, man.
So then
Oh
we were
my
just
gosh,
like,
Jay.
all right, whatever. And then I mean, we eventually just recently got new ones. We finally came around. to
Yeah, if
getting
you're not in
it.
a hurry to leave the country, it's
Yeah.
like, what's the rush?
And like, fortunately, nobody like stole our identity.
Yeah.
Or, once you get that thing, it's kind of a wrap. But yeah, and then I don't know. I've been just slacking. I want to though. because I really want to get out of the country. I want to go to like Europe.
Yeah. What do you want to see in Europe?
Like probably Greece, Rome, Rome.
Paris.
My two places are
Barcelona.
Greece and Portugal.
Oh yeah.
That's the only
man.
places in Europe I want to go.
Yeah.
My family's from Portugal, Azores,
Yeah.
which I recently looked on a map and I'm like, how are the Azores part of Portugal? They're like halfway into the ocean. Like when you look at it, you're like, Portugal's here, and like the Azores, it's like Hawaii and California. You know what I mean?
always
You're like,
thought
oh, it's
that
right
too.
there, and then you look at the map, you're like, oh wow,
You're like, it's
that's
actually
far.
kind
It's like Puerto
of
Rico.
not.
Yeah.
Or Puerto Rico. too.
Right. Yeah, my family's from the Azores, and then just Greece just looks so beautiful.
Oh
man.
my god, it looks so
Oh, I want to see those
beautiful.
white mountain houses,
Yes.
all
Yeah.
The white and
stucco,
the
like
blue. Yeah, it looks so beautiful.
amazing.
I love history in general. I remember,
Yeah.
I remember doing a report back in, I don't know, probably 6th grade, 7th grade, somewhere around there. And my friend, he was Greek, so we did it on Greece. But like, we dove so deep into just like Greek history and stuff. So I think that's where I truly found my love for history. But I love being in places like, and it can be anywhere, it can be in the US too, but I love being in places that have been around for like hundreds, thousands of years.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
people were like standing
Right, we're
there.
so new in America, 400 or
Right.
500 years or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
we don't have that history.
Like I go places, like sometimes I go places. I think I went somewhere in the Cape, and it was like there was some historical reference to it. So like I literally just like it was like a long narrow path that was like in between like two like lakes or ponds or whatever. But it was just like risen up so you could like cross over. And like I literally just stopped and I was like, yo, imagine like who walked.
Right,
Right.
yeah.
Like, who was
Yeah.
here?
Yes.
Like, what was this
Yes,
like?
yes.
You know, 200,
Yeah.
400, 500 years ago
Yeah.
or further. Like, what
Think
was
of how
here?
I
so
wa-
and
I
so
was just
discovered
like-
this place.
I was
Yeah.
in Situate,
You know.
and I was thinking about like all the Native Americans that used to live on the Cape.
Yeah.
Like that must have been awesome.
That stuff
It's just
blows
all
my mind.
woods. You got like ocean on both sides, just eating fish all day. Like,
Yeah. Stuff blows my mind.
Amazing.
So then to go to Greece, see like,
Yeah.
you know, the Colosseum, Rome, go
Yeah.
see the Colosseum, all that stuff.
Yeah,
you
the
know,
Parthenon.
in Italy.
A
you
lot
know.
of
Greece, yeah.
countries eat way better than we do too.
Oh,
they-
yeah. I was just gonna say like every.
so much better.
you can go to South America and they eat better than us.
Oh my
Like,
God, yeah.
they have better
Absolutely.
rules about GMOs and stuff. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like we poison our people. It's,
Yeah, I'd like to
awful.
get into that stuff too, so I can just like
Yeah.
make that on a consistent basis once I learn how to.
Oh, dude,
make
eating
that stuff.
American pasta is so bad for you, and then you get like European pasta, and you're like, I don't feel bloated or heavy at all.
Anything, yeah.
I just ate a whole plate of pasta and meatballs, and I'm fine.
And like a lot of dishes have like rice as a base, and then like
Yeah.
stuff mixed in. A lot of
Yeah.
veggies,
Yeah, they're just
fish, like you said.
we're terrible cooks.
We suck.
Well, we have good cooks. It's just the items
The
that
product-
Yeah, no,
like,
it's
the
the processed
quality
food
of
that they
what-
just push
yeah.
at us, man.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean,
the
all
quality
those
of food.
colors, like when you're a kid, it's just like, just want fruity
colors.
pebbles and Fruit Loops and like all
Cotton
that
candy,
sugary
holy shit.
stuff.
Bubble gum.
They hijack our brains.
Yep.
Literally, it's insane though.
Yeah.
But yeah, so eventually, I
nice, man.
would really love to. That would be the start. I don't know how far it would expand, but I would probably just do a lot of research on just different ancient places. Egypt is definitely on the list too.
Oh, that'd be
Huge, man,
beautiful.
definitely.
I just saw a doc that's on there. It's I think it's called Unsolved. But like this guy finds like a pyramid. So it like goes through the whole process. I haven't watched it yet. I have it on my watch list. But it's like this guy who's literally on the hunt for this lost pyramid, and I guess he ends up finding.
Well, they
it.
keep finding them, dude.
Yeah.
They keep finding them. Like you find them in China.
Yeah.
They're finding them in Asia and like the South Pacific. They're finding them in
So
Russia.
dope.
Like,
yeah. That stuff blows
Yeah.
my mind. And he's like, and they're saying all this stuff is basically untouched by time.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Everything is still in. I mean,
I was
fairly
just
condition.
listening to something, and the guy was talking about he went to Antarctica. And he's like, those mountains look awfully a lot like pyramids.
Ooh, that would be.
He's like, they're very pointy and four-sided. It's like, yeah. I mean, there was definitely some sort of global culture. It,
Yeah.
it had to be. I
Yeah.
mean, there's no way that people sprouted up all over the world randomly just building the same stuff.
Yeah,
Right.
right. Yeah, it had to start somewhere.
Yeah.
You know, obviously there's I use it loosely, like theories. You know, obviously like everything was like together at one point.
The
then
Pangea.
Pangea,
Yeah.
and everything just started breaking apart with
Yeah.
earthquakes and whatever, just natural stuff. But yeah, I would love to see just all of that.
Yeah. Ancient Europe is cool, man. Definitely.
Yeah, all that stuff. I gotta figure it out. Just get my damn passport.
I need to get mine too, so we should like motivate each other. Like, hey, you get that yet?
Yeah.
Right. I know, seriously, but
Who knows? Maybe we can get out there and fucking do a podcast or a few. You know what I mean?
that would be fire.
Or some
That's-
shows,
Just like
man.
pick somewhere and
Some
be like,
shows.
fuck it, let's just
Oh
go.
my god.
Felicia Cruz.
yeah.
You guys used to know Felicia Cruz?
It sounds familiar. She sounds
So
familiar.
she's like she's a pretty basic artist rapper. Travels local. I think she might be from New Hampshire or something. But she lives in Vietnam in the summer
That's so
and
cool.
performs.
Wow.
That's amazing.
It's and just like I don't know. She's staying at hostels or whatever.
what
It's,
a life.
like it looks so amazing. I'm like I want to go with you. If I didn't have a kid right now, like I'd be there.
Yeah.
Like
That sounds so beautiful. Like
Yeah.
I'm always so happy when I hear that people are able to like
she's living her dream, man.
curate
It's
their
amazing.
life like that. Like
Yeah.
that's what an inspiration. That's so beautiful.
Yeah, it's really cool.
It's like, have you heard of Ill by Instinct?
Yeah, no, it's same kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's her partner.
Oh, so yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah. So we were on the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just chilling. They're just going. I'm like,
So they're just
shoot.
living the dream. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, like
Wow.
because he used to do. I don't know if he'll come back and do it or whatever, his frequency or whatever, but he does Rap Night.
Yeah, she hit me up
Like he
about
was the host. He was like the original host of Rap Night with Sean Caliber.
No.
up in New
kidding.
Hampshire, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the Shaskeen. In
Shout out
Manchester.
Rap Night. Rap Night is
Yeah.
so bomb. I went to my first one. That was so fun.
Yeah, but he used to be the host with. It was either Sean Caliber or I9.
No, they're
would host
super
it together.
talented people.
Yeah,
up there.
I9's dope.
Yeah, both of
I9's
them.
another dope artist, but yeah, and then all of a sudden I'm like, that doesn't look like
Yeah,
anywhere
they
in the
linked
US.
up. They linked up. She's like, "You're coming to Vietnam with me."
Yeah, and he's loved it ever since. And
Oh, yeah.
every time I see him, he's just performing and rapping in front
Yeah,
of
or they're
everybody.
DJing some party.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's great, man.
That's awesome. So, what's the show's been like for you down at Electric Haze? How's everything been going?
It's been
with
good,
that?
man. Yeah, I've been just busy. Although I was doing it once a month, every Sunday, once a month. Kind of took a break. Been trying to record my own stuff since me and my ex-partner split. I'm trying to put out my own music, and it's like the first time I've ever really had the drive to do that. You know what I mean? I've been a writer since I was 16, 41, you know?
Yeah.
And I never took it seriously. It was just like, I just do this for myself. I love the
Yeah.
craft.
Right.
And so yeah, this year I dedicated this summer to like I'm putting music out, like so I got like 8 tracks ready. I'm working off 4 more. 2 are already written. I just have to record. I got
Dope.
2 in the works, so by the end of the summer I'll have a pretty good project. I'm working with DC the MIDI Alien on the beats, man.
Fair enough.
So
Say
I'm
less.
wicked picky with beats. Like I have
That's fair, though.
I have really good producers sending me beats, and I'm like, I don't like it, man. And they get their feelings hurt or whatever. I don't know what it is, but like I'm like it's not something that's sparking the creativity.
Yeah.
It's nothing against the beats. I love the
Right.
beats, but like for me, the way I rap, it just has to be right. And he sent me the first beat pack he sent me actually turned down. I was like, eh. He's like, let me send you something else. So he sent me one other track, and it was like exactly. I was just instantly like writing and like doing old stuff. And I was like, oh, this is amazing. And he's like, oh, I know what you like now.
Word. And then
So it's just like one thing after another. Everything he sends me is quality. He knows
great.
exactly what I like. Yeah, it's really cool.
But that's fair.
Shout out to DC.
Yeah, but that's fair though, because a lot of producers do get kind of butthurt about that stuff. But it's almost more beneficial for them, because then if you just try to lay down anything on it,
Oh yeah,
it's not going to be what it really could be for somebody that could maybe do it way more justice,
Right.
and be more inspired by it,
right.
You know, so
And
it's
I write a certain way too, so it's like I can't write to every beat, you know. what I
Right, like
mean?
you're gonna know
Yeah.
exactly what's gonna do it for you. Like
And
you
it's
said, you heard
so
that,
weird.
you
It's
just
like
went.
there's certain things that people put in beats that just move your flow.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
And then there's certain things where it's like empty, and you're like trying to find the space, and you're like, I don't know how this is gonna work. But then, yeah, I love DC's beats, man. It's the most inspiration I've ever had off of a producer.
that's dope.
Yeah, it's really
dope.
cool. And then, this Sunday, Cottonmouth Kings at Electric Haze.
Nice.
I'm opening up. First spot, I just got it yesterday.
Dope.
A little short notice. I'm like, talking to my DJ. I'm like, we gonna be able to do this?
Yeah. Hey.
But then next Sunday, I have my show, Sunday Drip, with the Dunnas, Fanta Val. You guys know the Dunnas?
I don't think so.
They're from the Boston area. Oak Lone Tree,
I feel like I've heard of them.
Big D's.
I've heard of Big D's.
Big D's like freestyle, right?
Yeah.
He's like crazy freestyle artist.
Yep.
During the pandemic, that dude, man, I love that guy's videos because he would put one out like once a week, and it would just be punchline. He like just punchline master. So I'm cracking up. Plus, he has good flow. It's like, yeah. And then like I've known about Oak Lone Tree for I don't know 8-10 years. King Arthur introduced me to him just like through the internet, and I just always loved his music.
Yeah.
And I was looking for a headliner. I had no idea who I wanted yet, like no clue. And he hit me up, and I was like, hell yeah, man.
Come on.
You want to play my show?
Right.
Wow.
Come
Thank
on
you.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So it's
dope.
great. Yeah, we got a wicked cool jazz singer, Fanta Vibes, who's from Worcester, man. Oh,
That's dope.
so smooth. She's
You just gotta
awesome.
say jazz, and that's
Dude,
all right.
it's so good. Like, she's so talented, and I've been hearing a buzz about her in Worcester that like there's bigger things for her.
does come.
Yeah, it's really cool. I'm happy to have her playing, and then I have like the regular people, Marcel, Stefan.
Sure.
I'm playing. I have a house band now.
Dope.
Yes, so that's new.
That's sick.
So I've been going. Electric Haze has an open jam night on Wednesdays,
Okay.
run by Sunshine Estevez, Brandon Sunshine. Shout out to Brandon. So I started going there, and I was like, "Hey, you guys like want to do something?" And he's like, "Yeah." He's like, so I was like, I introduced them to my stuff, and they're basically my band now.
Just come.
Yeah. So I want to build it so we can do like next summer we can do festivals and stuff like hip hop,
Oh yeah.
reggae style.
Yeah.
That's my goal.
Oh,
Next
that
year,
would be
next year I
bomb.
have festivals in my mind. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah. Especially with a live band, I think that just gets so.
Oh, you need it, man.
So much more.
It's like
attraction than
Grizzly.
just-
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like Joe Grizzly just hits so hard because they're band or
Yeah.
the drummer.
And they've just pulled it all together. I
Yeah.
think they got like a guitarist in there too, bass player.
Oh, do they have that now?
They've
Yeah.
started like
well,
adding,
I saw
adding pieces to it.
I was there at in Southbridge, and Young Coffee and Edgar had their side project. So they
that's
had a
right,
bass
that's right.
player and a drummer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was
They've
dope.
been piecing that together.
Those guys are awesome.
I'm like, that is such a smart move.
Dude, it's so
Just
much,
the drums alone.
It's so much fun too, like,
Yeah.
because like rhyming over a beat is like, it gets you locked in, which is
Yeah.
great. But like, there's nothing like a band where it's like a little inconsistent, and like it can move, and like all of a sudden you're like finding something new that they're doing, and you're like words are moving in a different way, and
Yeah.
it's hype.
And you can modify the beat if you will too. Like you can change it up. It doesn't have to be
Yeah,
as consistent.
And they
with
can
it.
move speed and stuff, so like
Yeah.
they know when you're like about to do something fast, they can kind of like hit the hits
Yeah,
a little
yeah,
different, you
yeah.
know. It's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, that's dope.
I love that. Yeah, man. And then we're having we got comedy. It's like a whole thing, man. It's awesome.
Nice.
I got Millsy's dance coming. He does like a hip hop, like 15-minute intermission, like cool, like breakdancing style.
That's sick.
Yeah, it's cool, man.
Yeah.
I'm pumped.
We need stuff like that. I love going to shows that have more than just hip hop. And I love hip hop.
Yeah, yeah.
But when you start throwing in jazz and R&B and that
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
it just adds so much more to it.
Yeah, there's more layers.
Oh,
for
so
sure.
It made
beautiful.
people like more inclined to come and
Yeah,
say,
exactly.
oh shit, all this different stuff's going on.
Right.
I definitely want to go to this.
Right,
Yeah,
there'll be
yeah.
something for everybody.
Yeah, you hit a bigger market.
People that
Yeah,
try to-
exactly. Yeah. And like most of the shows we do are like the showcases, like like I
Yeah.
just have like up and coming artists come, no charge. I don't charge artists, like, and it's you got a great venue, Electric Haze, like
Yeah, amazing venue.
Not always a lot of people, but the bigger shows, I usually got like 50 people out, so it's cool.
That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. But,
That last summer we did the Joe Grizzly one. That was cool.
oh, right,
Yeah, shout out to them.
Yeah, for sure.
They killed it.
Yeah, as always.
And then I can't forget about DOS. Death Over Simplicity is going to be playing, so that's going to be cool.
Not bad.
He's
So
awesome.
just busy. Just pulling them in.
Yeah, trying, man. I feel like burnt out. Like I said, the last 2 weeks I had to just like take a break and like spend time with my daughter and not think about promo.
Yeah.
Yeah, planning and promo must be
Yeah,
very
yeah.
time consuming, I
Yeah.
imagine.
I'm back to it this week though.
Yeah.
I got like a week and a half. I got to just bust it out.
Like all cylinders now
Yeah,
at this
yeah.
point.
I gotta go flyer. Maybe even tonight, actually. I might be posting flyers in Worcester.
Just running through real quick.
Well, it's Wednesday open jam, so I might hit that after if I have time, if I'm up for it.
Right.
It's a good practice space for me. It's like I get to go perform with a live band. It's different every time, and like sometimes it's awful, sometimes it's amazing, you know? But it's a learning experience every time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
Especially when you have it kind of at your fingertips. And you can just kind of pop in when you like, and it's available to you. It's so much better. Definitely. That's cool, man. Glad to see you're still busy and
man,
moving things along, man.
Yeah, I'm trying. I feel like my music is actually coming along where like it sounds like what I want it to sound like. I think that was my biggest issue for the longest time is I wasn't good at recording. I don't like the sound of my voice.
Nobody does.
And so every time I would do something, Jay was the only one being like, this is good enough, or like, this is great, you know what I mean? And I'd be like, this sucks. And he's like, no, this is great. And so he was my like quality control.
Yeah.
Now I'm all by myself. And I'm like, I don't know where to stop. Do I do this 150 times until I get it to sound like what I want it to sound like? Or
we're our worst critics. And I hate it.
Yeah, I did my like big track that I did, it sounds like, I hit it and I was like, oh, that sounds like what I want it to sound like. You know what I mean? It's really cool.
The worst is when, I mean, I'll speak for myself at least. Like I've done studio sessions by myself and I'll do like a bunch of tracks, and then I'll finally like sit with it and be like, all right, cool. And then I'll go back the next day and I'll hear it and I'm like,
it sounds different the next day, dude.
Terrible.
Dude, I have a different ear almost every time I hear myself.
Yeah.
Like I was at my DJ's house, he played me some stuff that was like rough mixes. I was like, this is awful.
Yeah.
And then he like played some more stuff because he was like editing as we were moving along. And I was like, oh, that's not as bad as I thought it was. You know what I mean? It was like you hear this one little thing and your brain just like sticks to it. You're like, that's awful. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then like you can't hear the rest of it.
Yeah. It's hard to see beyond the mix.
Yeah.
To what it's actually gonna sound
like.
Right.
What the future is of it. Yeah, definitely.
And I think that's the biggest thing for me.
There's definitely sometimes where you hit something so good that you're like, oh, this is definitely gonna sound good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like my voice kind of sounds better on this. I did something and the cadence is good.
Yeah.
And then there's sometimes you're like just a little bit of offness and you're like, oh, I hope they can fix that in the mix.
Yeah. Because I've done it like multiple times, but I just can't. Like in my brain, I can hear how it's supposed to sound, what it's supposed to. Like I kind of picture like the end mix and everything, but then when I hear it play back, I'm like, it's just not there yet.
Right.
And I'm like, I gotta keep doing it.
And you know, like when you're in your car practicing, you hit it like once in a while. You're like, oh, it's perfect right there, right?
Yeah, and then you go to
record, and you're like, why is this not?
You're like, oh no,
sounds like a dying
again. Why can I not hit this note? Like,
I know that must be harder for you. Well, I don't know, harder for you too, because I mean, you do a mix of both between rapping
you
and
sing more.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm like,
I have like very sporadic moments where I can sing. Like it'll be like, oh, my voice is really good right now, and then like 10 minutes later, it's gone.
See, I feel like from your speaking voice, you would have a nice singing voice.
No.
Are you sure?
That's what I'm saying. No, like sometimes it is good. Like there are times that I can channel it, but I don't practice singing at all. So it's like it'll happen. It'll be like, wow, that's really cool, and then I can't reproduce it.
Because like you have nice tones to your voice, so I just assumed that you could sing as well.
No.
Yeah, I'm the same exact. I mean, I sound really good when other music is playing.
Jay, that's
dude,
what
I'm a master.
No,
I can sing
feel
with
like
anybody.
you can.
And then you try to
like
do karaoke for the same song, and you're like, I don't know any of these words.
Yeah. Oh, terrible. Go ahead. Sorry.
I know. I feel like you can though, because you can definitely do different things with your voice. Because I've noticed that on different tracks that you've recorded. But I think if you like go into your lower register, you could definitely do like a.
I think the closest was "Gotta Make It Home." I think was where it kind of was. I think that's where my sweet spot is.
That's why I was like, you can.
Well, that's why you find like a certain tone or a certain pitch that you can really get into the groove of, and you're like, okay, I can do this.
Yeah, Because like the sad part is I've tried to use that tone on like other songs, and I'm like, it just doesn't fit with the song. And I'm like, that's it. I can't use it.
I'm telling my DJ, I was like, I need to reproduce what we did on that last song. He's like, dude, I don't think that any of your other raps are like that at all. Like, you can't do that tone on anything, because I rap hard most of the time.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah,
I'm like
yeah.
pushing. And like that, the other one I did was like laid back, and it almost sounds like it's auto-tune without auto-tune, which is cool. Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah. No, I can't. It's frustrating because like in my head, like I even tried it. I was like, yeah, like, oh, that sounds good, and then I play it to the thing, and I'm like, it just doesn't. It's not working, and I can't, and it's. But yeah, I'm good when music is on, blaring, and I'm in my
like,
car
yo,
with the
right?
windows shut.
Rihanna's on, and I'm singing in my car. I'm like, damn, I hit
my
all
God.
these notes.
Oh,
There's
shit,
no
like, that
better
could
acoustics than the car or the bathroom.
the shower.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
There's serious like that. You'll have your best concerts.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's always by yourself.
yeah,
right.
of course.
Exactly. And then you go get your phone to try to record or something, and you're like, all of a sudden, and you just can't do it again. You're
Yeah.
like, what the hell just happened?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've actually done so at work. We have like a PA system, and I've like sang along with some like I like rock too.
Yeah.
And like I've sang along with some of them, and I'm like, man, like I can hold the note, I can
Yeah,
balance
yeah,
it
yeah.
out, like I can kind of get up there, and then I'm like, all right, let me find the instrumental. Let me see if I can rock.
Ah, no.
Let me find the instrumental.
And I'm like, no, okay. Instantly, like 5 seconds in, I'm like, yeah.
It's because you're better at harmonizing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had because I
think
rap,
that's what
I
I
rap
felt,
with the band Rebel Alliance out of Western Mass, and I can harmonize with them. Like I can kind of do a little bit of backup.
Yeah.
But when I try to sing it on my own, it's like awful, man. It is awful.
It was like, my song Outside, because the third verse, I know the third verse, so I was trying to just replicate it because the guy's from Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, well, let me kind of pay homage to him and just do the whole song.
Yep.
And like as I'm like, I can harmonize with it.
Yeah, yeah.
But then as soon as I try to do it by myself, I'm like, oh dear God, I am going to destroy this man's verse, and it is a really good verse. I was like, I can't do it.
You're like, I am disrespecting this person's
Yeah.
work.
And then I tried rapping it, and it just didn't sound the same. So I was like, you know what? I'm two versing it, and I'll just do my verses. Call it a day.
Yeah.
And we'll just move forward from
right.
there. I'm like, I can't do this man's verse like this. So I don't know. Only in the car.
Yep.
Maybe that should be our Patreon content. Some of our Patreon content.
Oh my God.
That would be cool, like driving
Car
around.
concerts.
Like, I mean, there's lots of those out
That's
there.
some
It's
of
not
my-
a new idea, but it is a good idea.
Right.
Car karaoke.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could bring it back.
Or just car rapping, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Driving around with
Like
beats.
everybody does it.
Like you
It's
seen
so
those
relatable.
locksmith ones that he does? He pretends to be the Uber driver.
Yes.
That's pretty cool. I thought that was
yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah, and then he'll like.
And
play-
yeah,
Oh,
but
yeah.
he, locksmith can really
yeah.
rap.
yeah.
I just kind of found, like, I've known about him for a while, but I didn't really like him that much. Like, I just didn't get into it. And lately, I've just been digging into his stuff, man. I love his music. Like, he's just so from the heart and soul, and like, and he's fast. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm studying it a little bit.
Yeah,
learning
those are the
from-
people I love. Like,
Yeah.
when you can when you're like, ooh, like I want to learn. Like,
Right.
Even if it's just to understand
Yeah, it's just
the
little
format
techniques.
and
Yeah,
everything.
yeah,
And
yeah.
oh, I love that stuff.
Yeah.
That's what I used to do with like, I know it's like corny to say, but Eminem, and just like the structure of how he just pieces everything together. I'm just like,
He's
I
another.
still
He's
can't.
another one. Like we were talking about Con Air. Like, is that really a good movie, or is it just nostalgia?
Yeah.
Like Eminem. Like, I love it.
and there's so many. Other
I love. I
people
mean,
that
it
we could-
pumps me. Like
we could
all
make
his music
examples of.
pumps me
Yeah.
up. The old stuff.
Yeah.
The first 3 albums.
Yeah.
But like when I really listen to his lyrics of the older albums, I'm like, he's not really saying a lot. It's just his passion, and like he was talking about himself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That was like the best part of it. He was really opening up, and not a lot of artists did that.
Yeah, at that time. So.
Yeah.
And then just obviously the other crazy content.
Right.
that was
He
talking
made. He
about,
is.
but-
He is the
That's
most
what he
tech, in my opinion, the best technical rapper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's definitely a lot of examples that we could also pull too.
Oh, yeah.
From other artists.
Yeah.
That's just the one that,
Yeah.
stands out for me in general. But but I'm trying to dig in more to especially the local scene. There's just so many
So
dope
much
people. Like
talent.
people
Yeah,
say it all
yeah.
the time, like, oh, have you
So
heard of this
much.
person and heard of this person? I'm like,
That's
I'm
the
sorry,
greatest thing
no.
for
I
me.
think it's usually
about
me.
for me about throwing shows is like finding all these new artists, man. That's like the coolest part about it, man. And now it's like all the algorithms are digging for me. You know what I mean? Because I was doing it for a while on the internet, and it's like now they're all just like everything knows. It's like, oh, you just want more and more.
Yeah.
And like the kind of the same like quality, not the same like thing, not the same genre, but like the same quality. Like, who's your favorite artist right now?
Right, like locally or
Just in general,
in
that's not
general?
like huge, or someone huge. I don't know.
I mean, I'd say KB right now, which I mean
Who's KB?
He's a Christian rapper.
Oh,
Christian
yeah.
artist.
Yeah, they've been hitting hard, man.
Yeah, we were talking about
Yeah,
that
yeah.
the other day, but yeah, I don't know. He's kind of like right in that pocket right now. You know, for right now, you know, you kind of
Yeah. Oh,
kinda
yeah.
go
For
in
the moment, for sure.
You go in phases. I just
Yeah.
like his style and just the way the beat is. It's like super hyped and obviously just what he talks about. It's obviously close to the heart for me.
Right.
So you know, kind of right now, probably KB. I would say.
I mean, a lot of
What about you?
the new religious rap is like I can barely even tell. Like I know what the subject matter is, but it's not like the main thing. You know what
It's
I mean?
not
The music
in your
is the main
face.
thing,
Yeah.
and then it's just a message in it. You know what I mean? Which is I love that.
Yeah.
It's a little more subtle.
Right. It's not directly in your face, but you pick up where they're going.
Yeah.
With it.
Which is positive because I mean I like positive hip hop. Definitely,
Yeah.
I've always gravitated towards positive hip hop. For sure. I mean, you know how I
Same.
rap. I'm not like a
Oh yeah. Yeah.
gangster rapper. I rap about metaphysical,
Yeah.
you know, type
Yeah.
of things.
Which is important. It's.
Yeah.
I mean, we were just talking off air. You know, there's a lot of things that are not as common anymore. Like we talked about, you know, 3 verses on a song, like, which is super rare.
Yeah.
Nowadays, anything over 2.5 is like,
Right.
unheard of. At
Right.
this point.
It's usually
Yeah.
2 in a bridge or something.
Yeah.
I was listening to an album that dropped in 2011, and it was one of my favorite albums. Still is. Like, I love it. It was by a local artist. I don't think he's making music anymore. His name's Pounce. The album is so good. It's called Sleepwalkers. And I was telling Jay, I was like, it's so crazy to listen to that whole album in its entirety and listen to the composition of the songs. I was
Yeah.
like, Jay, one of the songs had 3 verses.
Right. One of the songs.
There was like a couple on the
Yeah,
album
yeah.
that had like, and you know, they were obviously like longer songs. Like tracks were like 4 or 5 minutes
Yeah.
instead of just like 2 minutes and
The
30
2
or
minutes. Are
3
like,
minutes.
well, it's
like,
the ADD. I think people are consuming
So-
music in a different way now.
Oh, very much so.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and we had talked about that on one of our past episodes with Matt, relatively young. How like you really need to condense things down now to the time that you would be watching like a reel.
A reel,
so like
right, 30
60 to
seconds
90,
or something,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So it was so crazy to listen to how different it is now versus like then.
Yeah.
It's almost like you have to make great music, but you have to be able to put it not only in
In
a
bits,
streaming platform,
right.
in a streaming
You have to be able
platform,
to break it up.
but you have to be able to fit
Yeah,
it
yeah.
to a reel or a TikTok
Yeah.
so that people
Right.
even if people are just listening to that snippet, like that gives you what you need. You
Yeah.
know, granted, we don't make crazy amount of money on streaming,
Right,
but,
right.
You know,
But
Correct
it
me if
brings
I'm
you
wrong.
it brings you to the sales to your website or to your social media and
hopefully it brings them
Right.
to other places. where
selling
you can
some merch or something. Yeah.
That basically goes to what I was saying, because I was going to say, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like now, and not necessarily like a negative connotation, I think it just kind of is what it is, but I think a lot of things have to be so gimmicky
Yeah.
just because, like you said, it's going to lead you to all these
Well, it's got
other
to catch
avenues.
your eye in 10 seconds.
Yes.
You know, that's it.
And then hopefully once it does,
right.
right?
And hopefully you have the
okay.
material that they'll stay with it.
Exactly. And you
Yeah.
can check out, oh, I do this and I do that and I have merch over here. And
Mm-hmm.
it's like, and then that goes back to that whole thing of like, you have to be like this all encompassing thing now to be
Yeah.
a creative. You know, you have to have so many different things that you're doing and avenues to take people down.
Mm-hmm.
But not to go back to the previous episode, but I think it's a good example. We were talking about how,
I'll be back in a second.
yeah, you're good. I started watching this, I don't know, this page on TikTok where it was, and I'll keep a long story less long. This guy who like reposts people's car because they didn't like pay their bail.
Yeah.
Or he's a bail bondsman.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
He'll go
yeah.
and collect a car that they put up for
Right.
for their bail.
Collateral.
For collateral, thank you. and he'll go and they'll go through the whole process of them, kind of picking up the car. Some people are like super difficult, and whatever. But what he does is he'll put like maybe 5 or 7 minute clips together.
Yeah.
Of like, so it's like in totality, it's maybe like a 20-minute long thing, but he'll do like 5-minute segments. So like you'll see the first one, and then it'll end, and then like you swipe up, and you'll catch the continuation of it.
Yeah, yeah.
So to get to my point,
right, he's
it's
breaking it up so you watch more.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So to get to my point, it's almost like that with music. It's you give them a snippet. Oh, cool. That's really cool. What else do they have?
Right.
Oh, more
here's
cool.
the finish of that.
Yeah. Or like something else that bumps. Oh, what else do they have? And then now they're on their page. You're paid for 10 minutes because your content is so it's captivating or gimmicky or whatever it is that is keeping them there. To continue on. So that's kind of where it is as far as the social media game now. Is like you said, I think it is kind of, you have to have some sort of gimmick, even if it's, what's crazy too is even if it's something that everybody is doing. Like you see a lot of people that are doing the rapping videos, with the lyrics at the bottom or whatever. Like everybody's doing it, but everybody's hitting with it.
Right. What I've noticed is people like
for the most part
doing the same song and doing like 12 different videos. You know what I mean?
That too,
it's like I'm rapping in this place or I'm rapping in this, and it's the exact same lyrics, same song. It's to get it like
that specific piece.
Yeah.
And
it's the catchy part of the song, and they just want to drill it into your brain so you're singing it the next day. Yeah.
Right. And I think too, it gets into other people's reels, because then you can use that sound.
Oh yeah, which is huge.
So
now.
then it gets your song trending.
Once that starts, you're off.
Because it's whatever that stupid song is, with no lyrics on it. But it took, because the beat and everything was just where it needed to be, and went off, and people just add it to their reels and do whatever to it. So it's it was just catchy enough that people, and then it just gets bing 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 bing, and then it takes off, and it's
we really need to do that social experiment. Maybe you could be a part of it, where make a Right Mind Wednesday drill track that has no lyrical content and it is just noises, and then we'll have a TikTok dance.
And just see what happens.
I definitely want to be a part of that.
And just see what happens.
Right, as an experiment.
Because we were talking about that before you had arrived, just how I was like, one of my favorite rap ad-libs that's in every single song right now is that rah, or like whatever you hear. I love it. Yeah, brah, like I love that, and it's hilarious. And then we were talking about the body yada yada and how everything now is just like condensed down to like that hit and like that TikTok and or like whatever.
My favorite ad libber is definitely Estinac, like because he literally goes ad lib.
Stop it,
bro!
No,
it's
awesome.
the greatest. It's the greatest ad lib ever.
Who is this person?
He's from Lynn.
I'm obsessed with this.
He just had a record done with West Side Gun. West Side Gun just produced his record.
Like, I don't know this man,
you don't know
but I'm
obsessed. Oh my god! So check out Double Black Diamond, Triple Black Diamond. I forget what. It's like an older album. That's where you want to start.
Okay.
It's a classic album.
Okay.
In Massachusetts. Oh my god, dude! Exactly.
Awesome.
First time I ever heard him say that, I was like, "Oh, that's genius."
Fantastic.
Yeah, right.
Okay. Yes.
It's almost like the insert.
It's very. You kind of have to really listen to it like a couple times. Like Shane got me into Weapon ESP. And the first time I heard it, I'm like, I don't really like this. But the more I listen, the Triple Black Diamonds is like, it's amazing. But like, he's a very technical, like, I don't even know how to explain it. It's high-end rap, though. It's definitely.
I was just gonna say, so like bar work is there, wordplay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna love this.
It's very new age technical. It's not speed, but it's like he's using a lot of different cool words and painting a picture, and it's awesome.
I love rap like that.
Me too.
Just like makes you think a little.
Yeah, exactly.
Without getting too extreme or too fast, but like you're just like, okay, like I really have to like. But I think that's good because it like makes people kind of listen in a little bit more.
Yeah.
Right.
Try to decipher
the artistry of it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to balance like flow and content. Like, am I being technical enough? Is the flow good enough? So that's what I was saying. I was listening to Locksmith a lot because like I'm trying to get a better speed, a better flow, as opposed to like the old school, what I'm comfortable with. You know what I mean? Trying to get out of my comfort zone.
Right. Yeah, that's where I've been at. I've been writing this song, and I feel I keep having to kind of dive into some older artists and stuff, and just hearing technique and flow and everything, because I just feel like in this song I just feel like I'm being super basic with everything.
Yeah.
Even though it's painting exactly what I want it to.
Yeah.
But like to me, I'm like it needs,
simple.
It's very simple, and it just needs something. It just doesn't sit right with me. Like the song is technically written.
Yeah.
But it just doesn't sit right with me, where it just doesn't have the right wordage in there, and I'm just like, I just can't. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna hold off and just wait, because I know if I release it, I'm gonna be like, I could have done that, or I settled on writing it. So I like just taking, like you said, like I like taking breaks. Especially from songs. I feel like one, you get just tone deaf in the same song over and over and over again, and then two, just to find that inspiration of what you're looking for to finish it off.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, I kind of get the not having 3 verses. I think it's what it is almost like hip hop has become lazy, because writing one verse and a chorus is pretty easy. But then you have to stay on topic for the second. Right. So you can do that, but then you're going to do a third, and you're like, oh, now what the hell do I do? I just use all the words in my vocabulary and all the thoughts in my head. Like, I have nothing left to say.
Oh, that is the worst.
Yeah.
And I'm such a 3-verse person.
Yeah.
Like, I'm such a 3-verse person, but I'm like, I've already said about like 400 times.
Yeah.
Like, I cannot use. So now I'm like thesaurus, maybe if I disguise
do you
it.
use rhyme zone?
Yeah. Sometimes. I'll be honest. Let's call a spade a spade. Here.
I'll be honest. I use it.
I definitely.
But do I use it all the time? No. And
no.
I don't judge anybody that uses it a lot or whatever, because I think it's a way to educate your mind. Because then you're able to see.
It's just the technology thesaurus. You know what I mean? Yeah. Eminem carries a dictionary of thesaurus. Right. Can't say that word right now. Thesaurus. But yeah, it's just the thesaurus in your phone. Jesus.
You did nail it. I heard you nail it.
I did. One time.
You got that. You had
3,
that, though.
I got it once.
You killed it.
Thesaurus.
Yeah.
I think that's an extinct dinosaur.
Probably. She almost spit out her water there. I like the color coding and everything. Like it, I don't know, it just fits in your.
Yeah.
And I feel cool.
Yeah, no, it's good.
It also keeps you from saying the same stuff too. Like you think of a word like the same word like 500 times.
Oh,
it's like, okay, how can I use this differently?
Right. Yeah.
You know, what is the true meaning of this? You know what I mean?
It's a great
bless
tool.
You.
Quiet back there.
I almost said bless you, and then I was like, can I say that? I was like, we're on air. I was like,
wait, are we filming it?
Oh yeah. Actually, we haven't even started the camera.
Oh my god, that sounds like me. Are we rolling?
Whoops. Oh, I never did my clap at the beginning either. Damn it. Oh. Well, it doesn't help now. We're not going to start here.
Welcome to the Right Mind Podcast.
There we go. See, we'll just reiterate everything. That's true. Copy and paste. You'll never know. And now we're back.
Thanks to our sponsors at Liquid Death.
Yeah, right. Yeah, man. We're trying. I don't know. Trying to get something.
Yeah, man.
Business is tough.
You got to do it. You got to get a sponsorship, man.
We've been reaching.
It's so important.
We've been reaching out. It's one of our next steps. Big things. So hopefully, fingers crossed. But we're grateful to just be where we're at now.
Yeah, man. This is a great place. It's a really nice studio.
You know, being able to get here. So, but yeah, I don't know. Right? Yeah, rhyming the same. Either like this. It's always like the same word. Rhyming the same word, or just using the same words constantly. I'm like. Oh.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I have like probably 30 words that are my like go-to sometimes, and it sucks because I'm writing something that has nothing to do with them, and I don't know if you do this when you write, but I kind of sometimes just let the rhyme carry. Like I don't necessarily have to be on topic. Like when I write, I'll let the rhyme kind of dictate what the next thing I do is.
Yeah.
So like, I'll see a little pattern here, and I'll try to chase that pattern later, or the word, and try. But then like. I'll be like writing something, and then this word will just fit in, and I'm like, oh, but I use that word a lot.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden the rhyme just veers to that topic, and you're like, oh, I do that a lot.
Like I need to, yeah. One of my biggest words is that. I know I use that a lot.
Oh, really?
I think it's more of a filler word, but I use it a lot. And I've even learned in just like regular writing that I don't need it in regular writing. I don't need it to finish that sentence. But I think it's just one of those filler words.
It's one of those things you're comfortable with that kind of fits in that you can just use as a tool.
That's such an interesting observation. So what would one of you guys' common words be that you always go to?
Gee, I can't even think of anything off top, really.
And that's where the thesaurus comes in.
Yeah, I definitely, like I said, I kind of like do like metaphysical rap. Just kind of like that top, like space, or like,
Excuse me.
what's the one that I do a lot? Yeah, I'm not. It's not coming to me right now.
That's okay.
But there is that.
There's definitely, there's a few, man.
Yeah, there's definitely, like you said, like there's like a good solid like 20 words that you're just constantly just recycling and just.
For me, it's like a mix of, I don't know, just like 3 different words, like that or you bet that, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, like freestyle, I drop F-bomb way too much. That's my filler word.
Yeah. Like, it gets you back.
It's awful. So I don't really freestyle that much anymore.
Yeah, same thing when I used to try to freestyle. There was always, I forget the phrase, but there was always that one phrase that I would always come back to.
Everybody has that when they freestyle. Everybody.
And I would keep doing it, and I'm like, dude, you've said this 4 times already. Come up with something different. Because I can have general conversations with everybody right here and right now, but as soon as I try to do a freestyle, it's all the same words every single time. And I'm like, I know my vocabulary is much bigger than that.
You don't have access to it all the time.
Yeah, and then you start writing, and you're just like, this, that, the. I'm like, I can't. Where are my words?
I noticed that for freestyle, like, I'm not very good, honestly. Like, it's where I lack the most as an MC. I want to be better at it. I can be okay by myself, but if I find the right partner, like this kid Andy O from Framingham, dude, whenever we freestyle, it's gold. It's like amazing. He like brings it out of me, and I'm like, how does he do that? Like, he just like hits this groove, and I can just jump in the groove with him. And I'm like, it's slow enough that it's not like I'm not overwhelming myself.
That's what I get.
But he's the only person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I try to freestyle with other people, and it's like it'll be all right. Or like with the bands, like I'll get some cool stuff, but like, man, with that kid, it's like every word like means something, and I'm like, how am I doing this right now?
Yeah.
Right.
It's cool.
I've had waves.
It's got me in the flow state.
Yeah. I've had waves. I go through waves where it's I'll do really well, and then I can't think of 2 words that rhyme together.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I can't.
That's a skill I wish I had, though.
That's why I hate when people say, "Look, just tell me to rap on spot." Like,
Yeah.
I'm a much better writer than like off top. Like,
Definitely.
And it also doesn't define who you are as an artist. I just think it just adds to. I've always compared it to like a guitarist and the riffs that they can do and the skills that they have with a guitar. Some are better than others. It doesn't make one necessarily better, quote unquote, than the other. They just have a higher skill set in what they can do. Maybe it is making them better, but I don't know. It's just things that we all need, you either want to work on it and get better, or it's just not part of your repertoire.
Yeah.
I know for me, it's, again, I'm like you, I would love to get better and be nasty at freestyling. I just don't think, it's just not the way my brain works.
Yeah.
I have to sit down and just.
When I was younger, I was better at it. I used to do it more and like, used to drink more and like you get your brain like a little more loose.
Yeah.
And like it seems like it was easier, but yeah, it's just I'm not doing it enough.
Same.
There's no cipher. Like when you were younger, it was like ciphers, parties. You know what I mean? There's just always people rapping, and now it's like we're a little older.
Right.
We're taking it more seriously.
Yeah. So it's either you play a beat like in your car, or
Yeah.
if you have time and you're at home and you can play a beat and just try to do it. But then sometimes.
Yeah, I used to get frustrated when I would freestyle and I would come up with something really awesome. And I wouldn't remember it because we didn't record it, and then it's like, damn it, how do I get back to that?
Yep. Big facts. What were you gonna say? Somebody gonna say something?
Oh, I was gonna say, yeah. Some people like for some people it's like the other way around. Like they can freestyle amazingly. They can go for like
Oh yeah, I know
15,
many
20 plus
many
minutes.
people that they can get in the flow so easily, man.
But like
they can't write at
yeah,
all.
Right.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
weird.
They don't know how to put together a song, like an
Yeah.
actual song.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just they're better off just recording
really
whatever
depends.
it is that they
Yeah,
freestyle
yeah, yeah.
and just put out either freestyles or make it a part of a song.
Yeah.
I know that was like, not to use such bigger names, but like I know like Wayne was doing that too. Like he would freestyle, and then I would hear those verses because they would do like the live recorded ciphers and freestyles, and then all of a sudden he throws it into a song. You're like, oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
But he also has that available.
He has
to
that
him.
crazy brain though. Like he's always freestyling. You know what I
so
mean?
it's
That's his MO.
Yeah, when you do it enough, I think.
Yeah.
Like you said, I don't practice the way I should. So obviously, if you're not exercising those things, it's not
Right,
gonna,
right. You exercise your pen and
It's not gonna. Yeah, pens. Oh,
yeah.
because again, like I start listening to a beat and then I'm like, oh, concepts. All right, hold on, let me take a step back. Now let me. Oh, and then and then you fall into writing a song versus. Trying to freestyle, or I get fed up and I'm like, screw it, let me just play a regular song and just be done with this and move on. So
Yep.
Crispy put me onto the craziest freestyler. His name's Harry Mack.
Dude, Harry
yeah,
Mack's-
we know Harry
Oh,
Mack.
okay.
Mack's
So I had never seen like any of his videos before, and then Crispy had sent me one, and I was like, yo, who the
And he's
is
super consistent,
this
man. That dude.
guy? So then I fell into like a 25-minute rabbit hole. I'm like on this man's Instagram, and I watched like all of like just stopping people on the street. What
Have you seen the ones where he does
talent.
like the live? It was like over the pandemic where he has people like write the words. They like type in the words and it'll come up on his screen.
Yes.
And he has to do all like the freestyle with like all the words and the on topic and
Yes.
cadences, different patterns. It's like super
That
technical. It's
is,
cool.
Like to me, that is mind blowing.
Yeah.
Just like that skill set.
It's funny to me because I knew like back in the day, I knew a lot of artists that could freestyle that good.
Wow.
Oh yeah. Like it was a common thing. Like if you were a freestyler, you could do like what he does. But he stuck with it. And he's so consistent with the videos, and I think that's why he blew up because nobody really does that anymore.
Right.
So like
That's
for
true.
him to go on the radio show and freestyle, you know what I mean? When like Method Man gets up there and reads it out of his phone and you're like, what the hell, dude? Like
Yeah.
Right.
at least Black Thought has his shit memorized.
Right? But like the thing that blew my mind with him was I remember one that I watched. I got stuck in a rabbit hole too. They gave him 3 words. He was out in the street, and he used the last 2 first. And he went off.
Wow.
He went off for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Like of just boom, 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 boom.
And then he
boom,
came
boom.
back to the first word.
And then like just before he finished, he came back to that first word, and I was like,
That's
dude, I would have
impressive.
forgot that
That's
word.
impressive.
20
Yeah.
minutes ago, like
Yeah,
30 seconds ago.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
even 20 minutes.
Yeah, I know
30
what you're
seconds
saying,
ago.
yeah.
And I was like, wow, because I was like, oh, he went to the second one. Did he forget it? And then all of a sudden, just before he finishes, he like rhymes it, and I was like, dude, you suck. I was like, I'm like, you got me. Well done, well done. Yeah, it's impressive.
yeah, he's good.
Yeah, shout out to people that can do that, man.
Yeah,
That's just
right?
a super, super dope skill to have. But
Oh yeah.
so is songwriting. So deal with it. Suck it. We can write our stuff.
Hey, either way, it's a gift. It's a talent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either one.
Definitely.
Yeah, you're all gonna have your little things that you are an expert at, if you will. I've
Yeah.
definitely been trying to pick different things. I definitely like analyzing. Like one thing that I've gotten into is just like analyzing beats and stuff. Like once I've like in my earlier projects, it was kind of the 2-track beats type of stuff.
Yep.
Now I'm and then within my last project and a couple songs before that, diving into getting the stems and kind of structuring everything, and then just seeing like, oh, there's like so much more to this than I did not realize.
Right.
So and just playing with that, and then it's helped me in just writing. It's also helped me when I start recording people, and you know, just like helping them kind of find where to go, and also just giving advice on like, hey, try this, try this over here, throw this ad lib over here, because you know there's a gap in that space. Like, fill that out to kind of put that in there. Little stuff like that, or just, you know, obviously I'm sure you know with like stems and stuff, like there's just hidden sounds that you just don't hear. Like I just did it for a song for a project that I'm working on with Vincent Tesoro and D-Rock, and there was like this little like choir piece that if you listen to the whole thing you can't really hear it. It's super subtle. So then like when I stripped it away, like I heard it and I was like, ooh, this needs to like just be,
needs to be up a little
main
more.
Focal point. So like I stripped like half of the instrumental off. I was like, this needs to be like right there. But you know, I love like analyzing like beats and just like literally stripping them apart. Like I'll literally listen like instrument to instrument.
Oh, right. Turn everything down, just listen to one part. And
just to hear what it is, because I'm like, ooh, this could, like, even though you know it's loaded into the chorus, I'm like, this would actually be cool in the verse, or you know, maybe throw a drum like in the verse where, you know, again, it was in the hook or something. Just stuff like that, and it's helped me.
It's cool when there's layers and you can find different pieces to rap to, and you can move in between them. You know what I mean? Like that's one of my favorite things to do. Is like you hear two things in the song, and you're like, how do I move in between these two? You know what I mean?
It's like what I did with voicemails. Like that was originally probably maybe like original just beat, the way it's formatted, maybe probably 3.5. You know, just your typical. You know, kind of, I think it was 2 or 3 verses, and I flipped it into like a 5.5 by just pulling those pieces, like the intro, the way it is, like that wasn't how it was set up, but I was like, I love these strings, these need to be at the front. Then like, you know, I literally pulled different pieces and just started plugging away, and then just added nothing and had the hook, the girl hook, just sing by herself, and I was like, this is where I want it to be. And it was, I don't know, it just made it. I enjoyed it, so I enjoyed making the song so much more. Like really trying to figure those pieces out. So, you know, again, I just enjoy kind of learning new things and seeing what I'm good at, and you know, making something a little bit more of
studying
my
it a little more
repertoire.
scientifically. And
Something that's a little bit more my repertoire. I can't freestyle, but I enjoy, you know, kind of dissecting beats a little bit more. So, you know. And that's how like voicemails turned out. Like again, it was like probably 3.5. It's like 5.
It's so powerful. It's so good.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
But
I will continue to listen to it like I've never heard it before.
She like texted me. She's like, "Oh my god, it's so good, Jay."
I was like literally like just PMSing so hard, and this song comes on. I have my Spotify. I'm like COVID queening, you know. I'm just like whatever. Like I just got COVID, like by myself, whatever. So I'm listening.
COVID queening. I haven't heard.
Yeah, I'm just COVID queen, living my best COVID life. So I got my Spotify playlist on shuffle, and voicemail starts, and I'm like, oh my god.
Just hits so hard.
And I was like, you know what's even more powerful? The visuals. I want to cry. I'm going to watch the music video. So, you know, like when you're just already in a space and you're like, all right, let's lean into this. I'm sitting on my floor in my living room and I'm watching the voicemails music video. Like,
I can picture this.
This is so beautiful. Oh my God, that shot. I need to ask Jay about that shot. Oh, I love the way that they started this. And I'm just sitting there. I'm like, what a pathetic mess. So then I'm messaging Jay. I'm like, you did a really great job with this.
And I'm just like, thanks.
Yeah, right.
I'm like, thanks. The typical thanks, appreciate it.
Yeah.
I never know what to say with feedback, man.
That's funny. I was on the way here. Speaking of like my favorite artists, local artists. Shout out to Tony Osegun. You ever heard of him? He's like Western Mass dude.
No.
From the
sadly and
the Problematics.
No diss to anybody.
Western Mass has quite the scene, huh?
Oh yeah. It's like the festival scene that I kind of come from. A lot of MCs come from that are really good. But so he has an album called The Garden. I think it came out like 4 years ago.
Okay.
I still bump it. It's honestly up there in like my top 5 albums.
Oh, I love that.
Of even like my favorite artists, Nas, like Dre, like all these. It's up there, man. I was just listening to it and I'm like, I want to message him right now and just tell him how good it is. And I'm like, he'll be like, thanks. That's
literally
you know,
me.
and I'm like, okay, like.
I never know how to respond. I don't know anything else other than thanks. Appreciate
Oh,
it.
you don't have to at that point. Like, it doesn't matter your response. I guess at that point, it's like, I just want the artist, whoever that person
Right, you're feeling
is.
so overjoyed
Right,
with
and
loving
isn't
the
that
art.
the
You just
point
need
of,
them to know that you appreciate it. Yeah.
Like, I need you to know.
That was almost the feeling that I had. And I'm
Exactly.
like, I'm not going to message him because
But, well, I am.
yeah, you guys are like besties. Or,
And I'm just, well, it's
I'm
just
not like that close with Tonio.
It's funny though, because like even if I didn't know you and that song hit me, I would still have messaged you like the same exact way. It's just like, yo, your art, like the time that you took to make this and whatever your motivation was, like that's beautiful, and I need you to know that that resonates with me.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, like I feel like that's what it's about.
I just always feel I should be able to have a longer conversation. I'm trying to get better at kind of having longer conversations, especially
Yes,
with
and?
fans. Yeah, with fans and stuff.
Improv.
Yeah, I can't. I'm like, I'll go to a show and I'll be like, all right, I'm gonna like start talking to people, and then people are like, hey man, nice job. Oh, thanks, appreciate it.
Yeah, dude,
All right, move it on.
I get weird. I get weird
dab it
social
up.
anxiety sometimes, where like sometimes I'm like in the flow and I could talk to anybody and like have the best conversations, and then sometimes I go out and I'm like, I don't want to talk to anybody.
Yeah.
Like, and if they do talk to me, I'm like,
Exactly.
That's so funny. So then
Right, yeah,
I must seem like such a narcissist because I'm like, well, I do theater, and one of my favorite things is like, after you do the bows and then the curtain closes, like you come out, and one of my favorite things is to like see what everyone enjoyed. And I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah, no,
okay,
no.
like what? Yeah, what was
it
your
is-
favorite
it
part?
is
What
a
did
great
you
part,
do this and da da
for
da?
sure.
And like, and if somebody stops to. It takes their time to tell me what they liked about my performance. I'm absolutely like, oh my God, yeah, I'm sorry. What? I can't hear you. Say it again. I'm like, what?
well, I always compare getting off a stage is like going out on your birthday with your friends. Right? It's that feeling. Everybody's there to celebrate you. Can I buy you a drink?
So
that's the
right.
feeling I get when I have a good show. I get off stage, people are like, oh, let me give you a hug, let me give you a high five, let me buy you a drink, let me talk to you, and you're like, this feels good.
Pretty nice.
That is so true. That's
Yeah.
that's a correlation I never put together, but that is so true.
The worst is when you get off and nobody says anything
Oh,
to you.
dude, yeah.
Even though in your
Not
mind
bad.
you're like, I killed the crap out of that, but nobody said a single word. You're like, oh, I'm a failure. I did a show in Vermont, and
It's not always true though. Some people just aren't enthusiastic.
Correct.
Well, exactly, because we did a show in Vermont with Mr. Burns. Shout out to Mr. Burns.
Mr. Burns.
And it was my first time in Vermont, so I was like, I don't know how to read. I don't know how to read the crowd. I've never been up here. They don't know me. So like me and Murph,
And they're all stoners.
yeah, and me and Murph
chill.
were just up,
Not to stereotype Vermont.
right. Me and Murph were just up, just trying to kill it the best that we can, just laying everything down, whatever. And I'm looking at the crowd, and nobody's like, there's no head bobs.
Oh, was
there's
it Concept 6 all over again?
Kind of, yeah.
Oh, no.
That might have been, that was probably worse. Some of them started kind of like, you could kind of see it a little bit, but at the beginning, they were just like, kind of just like,
Yeah.
and I'm like, and me and Murph are like jumping up and down, and we're like, yeah, do, like we're doing like Priceless,
Right. My mom was super
so
animated.
good.
and question my character,
So good.
and like just getting into
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
and then they're just kind of just like,
Oh, so I already.
He's
know
one of the
that
most
sounds fire.
animated rappers I've ever seen live, for sure. He's awesome.
he's
man.
gotten so much better too. It's
Murph
Yeah.
is
really-
dope.
I noticed that literally the first time I ever saw him perform, and then it was like only 6 months later that he did one of my shows, and I was like, oh damn,
dude,
like he was all over the place,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
He's got a good stage personality for sure.
Yeah.
He has fantastic
Yeah.
energy
I
on
like
stage,
him a
and you
lot.
two together make a
Yeah,
great
that's what
team.
I said. I'm like, they need a name for what they do
Yeah.
together,
It's
because it's a whole thing.
gold.
yeah.
Like
We kind
whatever.
of have one, yeah.
Yeah.
We're thinking we're probably leaning on like polar opposites because we are kind of on kind of opposite spectrums, even though like we still kind of just mesh.
You come together.
Yeah, it's
but it
weird.
works so
Yeah.
beautifully.
Yeah, so I think we're kind of leaning on that, but yeah, it's just weird. And we were just performing. And I'm just like,
Polar ops.
yeah. I was like,
like
I
that.
can't read the crowd. I cannot read this crowd. And then finally, like, we got off, and again, it wasn't really like emotion. It was just like, hey man, you did a really good job.
Right,
I was
yeah.
like, okay.
Yeah, dude, they're just too high.
Yeah. I was like, okay.
They were moving in their minds.
So
yeah. I was like, well, at least they liked it.
I've done some cannabis festivals, and that's exactly what it is.
Is it?
People, like,
It must have been like, how
they
low
don't
it
even
was.
pay attention to you. Like they're just doing something else, and they're not even concerned with the music. And then you get off stage like, "Hey, that was great, man." You're like, "Were you even listening?" Like, I didn't even see your face like do anything. It's like, what?
That's how low it was.
Yeah.
We did the Concept 6 for the Town and City Festival. And again, me and Murph jumping up and down for 10 minutes.
It definitely makes you question though. You're like, "Am I good or not?" Like,
But Kayla was saying, she's like turned around. She's like, are we watching the same show?
I know. I'm like, where am I?
Because
I'm
nobody
here.
moved.
Yeah.
Nobody moved. And we got nothing when we got off either. Other than, except from the people that we
Right,
came with.
right,
They were
yeah,
like, yeah. I had a couple family and, friends that came out, and L.Y.F.E came out too. Appreciate y'all. Other than, because again, you want to try to get, not that it's not appreciated from
no, but you
the
want to
people-
get
No,
new
yeah,
fans.
you wanna get new
That's
people.
What
New
that's the
faces,
show is
yeah.
for. Yeah.
And
Of course.
like nobody knew was like, hey, like you didn't get the
yeah.
hey, man, I really
Oh, can I
appreciate-
follow you on Instagram?
Yeah,
Like that's the
nothing.
best.
Nothing.
That is
I
the
was
best. Yeah.
So then we were just like, I have no idea how to rate this right now. I was like, I know they enjoyed it and they
Just-
know what we do, but yeah, I was just like, all right, whatever. I know we killed it, so
Yeah.
we'll just move
Yeah,
on.
y'all killed it.
But yeah, I think that may be worse.
Yeah, you and Mo always kill it, man. I don't even have I wasn't there, but I can imagine that it was pretty good.
It's fun, man. He's such a character.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know, especially when we do "Don't Try, Just Do," because it's like "Don't try, just do." Hit him with a hook and a 1 and a 2,
And a 2.
dude. It's like so over the top.
WWF.
Yeah, but I'm like, whatever, man. Just keep it going.
Dude,
It's cool.
that's what me and Jay were. That's was our whole MO. Like, just be over the top of shit.
Yeah,
Like,
you have to. I mean, it sticks
Yeah.
with people because
oh, dude, definitely.
Go to
People
something
were
else.
like, "Oh, this is a great live show. You guys are animated as hell."
right. And then the next one we go to, it's like, oh, that's the dude that was screaming. Just randomly. And a 2.
We need a shirt
Sometimes his
that
voice
says
cracks
that.
too.
Right.
Yeah. So
And a 2. That's
Yeah,
it.
just that.
And a 2.
yeah,
And
that's
just
all
Michael
it-
Murphy the third on the back.
He actually did want to get merch for the remix that we did for "Don't Try, Just Do." So I mean,
You're welcome. I will not ask for any credits or cuts with that.
That would actually be a pretty cool shirt on the back. Just "and a 2." Like,
I love that.
2 and just
Big
like
2,
big
yeah.
bold letters.
Exclamation
Yeah,
marks.
yeah. Just a bunch of them. There we go. Now we're making moves here. Oh man, well this has been dope, man. I really
Oh, yeah.
appreciate you coming out here. And
I appreciate having me, man. It's awesome.
this has been dope. Before we kind of wrap up, anything that you want to? I know you've kind of promoted a couple shows earlier.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to share with everybody that's coming up with you? Ways that people can connect with you
Yeah.
that may not know who you are. I know you're
Yeah, Ferris Electric from Marlborough, Massachusetts. Work out of Worcester mostly for my shows. Electric Haze. July 16th is Sunday Drip. That's the big show coming up 2 weeks or a week and a half. I don't know if this is airing before that or...
This will be up on the
This will be up before that.
Oh, hell yeah.
So-
Awesome.
12th. This will be
Oh,
up next
cool.
week, right?
Next
Yes.
Wednesday.
Releasing new music soon, so look out for that. You can follow me on Instagram at Sunday Drip, SUNDAE Drip 36, or my Facebook is Ferris Electric. Pretty simple.
Yes, sir.
That's about it. Yeah, just look out for the new stuff.
Yes, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I know. I'm excited to hear that project. Now that
Yeah,
you've
man.
been able to
Yeah.
kind of dive in and get all the beats you need.
It's cool, man. It's coming together. I'm happy. I'm definitely happy with it. Like, I'm rapping my ass off on most of my tracks, but then I have some cool, like, laid back, like, smokers, like, nighttime riding tracks.
yes, I can't
That's kind of the
wait.
vibe I'm going for with DC.
I like
I
when
can't
albums
wait.
do that.
Yeah.
I
love when
love
albums
that.
do
Yeah, like he sends me a lot of beats. I'm like, oh, I rap my ass off on this, but then he sends me something that's like, I'm like, oh, the vibe on this is so cool. I need to like be laid back
can you
and
hurry
like
up
find
and
a better
finish this
voice
album?
tone. Well, I can play you a couple tracks after we're done.
Yeah, I'm with that.
Yeah,
I'm with that.
yeah,
But yeah, I love when albums do that because it's a good break too. If you just have too much, just like either too fast, too hard.
Yeah.
Like you need, even if it's like abrupt. I love when it's just like maybe like 2 or 3 just like super quick, and then 4 is like just like, all right, let me just settle
Yeah,
things
yeah,
down. Let
yeah,
me kind
yeah.
of
Me
reel
too.
you back in a little bit.
I like
you gotta
that
bring
rider
somebody on a
music.
ride. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You can't just be up here the whole time,
Yeah,
and you
just
can't just be down here the whole. Right? I mean, that can be fun sometimes.
Yeah.
But like,
I feel like I'm already like that most of the day anyway.
so you want your
So,
music to
like,
bring you down. I'm a little like that too. I don't listen to hype music that often anymore.
Right.
Like one of the artists I kind of love now is Left Lane Died On. So West Coast. So it's like it's that West Coast
Okay.
like cool, chill
I
flow.
love that.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, what else? Shout out to my DJ Iculus. Also plays the sax, so I got a little.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Oh yeah.
Who is this person?
He's from Salisbury. He's awesome. He's been doing all my recording, all the sax, all like the mixing. He's
had me with
super
sax.
talented.
Yeah,
super
yeah,
talented.
saxophone.
Shout out to all the musicians that I work with: Brandon Sunshine, Estevez, Electric Haze. Shout out to Crispy for hitting all the picks today.
You're
I appreciate it, my man.
And shout out to these guys, man.
Yeah.
Can't wait to hear your new stuff.
Oh yeah, definitely. You're gonna love it. It's a lot of I'm doing a lot of different stuff. I'm singing more than rapping.
Oh, wow.
But still keeping the hip hop element in there.
Mm-hmm.
One of my tracks I've showed them. It's called like Higher Elevation. It's a country R&B.
Oh,
It's
really?
really good.
You hitting that
So,
lane, huh?
It's really good.
Nice.
I'd like to do more of that stuff. I
Yeah.
want to touch up on rock, EDM eventually.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm just branching out.
I definitely like after this project. I want to lean a little bit more into the EDM.
Yeah.
Yeah, because people just go so hyped for that stuff, man.
Yeah,
It's like,
it's
and I've been working on my double time, so it's like I've been getting there.
Nice.
And like I feel like after this project, like I'll probably be ready to do like 2 or 3 tracks like that.
And
Right.
like the special thing about it is that like it doesn't matter like what kind of artist you are. Like,
Yeah.
It still it fits no matter what.
Yeah. Yeah, it's awesome, man.
Yeah, I definitely
Cool, I
want to
can't
get
wait to
into
hear
the.
it.
I want to get into the rock,
Yeah.
like kind of the rock.
That,
can
that's
see
what
that for
that's
you.
what the young Coffee is doing, man. His stuff, like, their first song that they came out with was like a rock song. It was hype. It was awesome. It's like they're just rapping in like rock tones and stuff. Like,
Nice.
It was really cool. I love that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of old rock music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there, or like almost like a, not to mimic it, but like a blend of like Linkin Park kind of vibe. to
I can
it,
totally see that for
yes,
you.
yes,
you know,
yes.
somewhere along
Yes,
that
yes.
spectrum a little bit.
Yeah.
Somewhere around
You know
there, I
who
feel
gives
like.
me Linkin Park vibes and like all those good old school vibes in the best way? Vincent DeSoro.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, the project that we're working on is like very
Shout out Vincent, by the way.
Linkin Park.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
gonna love it.
vibes.
I'm gonna love it. I love his
has some-
versatility.
like I've played some songs for people and they're like, that sounds a lot like it gives me like
Yeah.
hybrid theory, like
Well, Vincent does he does those like very specific vocal that I'm talking about
Yeah.
of
I know what
like
you're talking about, yeah.
like that pop punky like alternative type of like that is like he does that so well. So I can definitely I can't wait.
Yeah, I think rock, and then I would love to do more R&B, like an R&B
Oh,
hip
yeah.
hop.
Okay.
See, I don't think that I would be that good at
Personally.
that, but I love listening to that.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that is.
That's my vibe.
I think those two is where I would love
Let's
to
work, Jay.
travel down.
Yeah.
I would love to travel down too. So I think those.
Do you do music?
I'm about
She's
to.
already famous. She's got labels asking for her, and she hasn't even,
Actually, gentlemen.
recorded anything.
So I don't know if you know this. I've been signed to Def Jam, and I'm gonna be on the Source. And no, I'm just getting
Did
those
Def
stupid
Jam
DMs.
DM you? Hey.
But they did though. You saw it.
Yeah.
I sent the screenshot.
Yeah, the source was it the source?
It was
or
like
Def
the
Jam?
Source, Def Jam.
or a writer from the source.
Right,
They were like,
yeah,
"Hey,
but
we
is-
really love your music. We'd
What
love
up,
to
fam?
sign
You have so much, and I'm like,
Do you want to join the Illuminati? I get those like once a month.
I am a woman of the Lord. I am all set with that. Thank you. Like, we're good. Oh, you know what we should plug, gentlemen? The J Plus show, August 5th.
Yes,
Yes.
we got a show at the Worthen, August 5th. Weapon ESP Genosha is gonna be there. I'm super-
Genosha.
Genosha.
Is it?
Pardon.
It's Genosha. It's not a hard G.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
okay,
no.
because I'm hosting
Do you know what
that.
Genosha is?
I don't.
You don't know the reference?
I have a feeling.
So
I'm
I
I
about
feel
to
like
be-
I do, but I feel like I don't.
Okay.
And I would love to be educated.
Weapon ESP is a take on Weapon X.
Okay.
Wolverine.
Yes.
Oh,
Right. ESP. He told me what ESP means. I forget. He doesn't even go like it's just weapon now.
Yeah.
But Genosha is like Geneva.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
in the X-Men world, there was an island, and like Magneto and Xavier would like go to this island and do studies, and like no one would fight there. So Genosha was like the safe ground or whatever.
Okay.
Like the green zone, whatever.
I
you
feel
call it.
that.
Yeah.
Thank
I
you
got
for
you
letting
now.
me know how to
Yeah.
pronounce
Thank you
that.
for the clarity.
Yeah, when he told me the record label was Genosha, I was like, oh, that's awesome. I get that.
Right? Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
I
yeah.
definitely
book
would have
nerd.
pronounced that wrong on August 5th, so thank you
Yeah, so
very much.
where is that one?
Shout out to Genosha,
Where's that one?
the Worthen in Lowell.
The Worthen Attic,
Lowell?
yeah.
Worthen Attic in Lowell. We got Zafir, myself, L.Y.F.E, Michael Murph, Cole Kwan.
Oh.
Am I missing?
Yeah, I'm like, who
And
else is
Genosha,
on
who's
that
playing
bill?
for who? Is it Weapon or is it?
It's Weapon, DOS,
Oh, is it the whole squad?
and yes, because there's 3 of them, correct?
Ghost of the Machine.
Yes, okay,
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, I'm missing one. Help
Yeah,
me.
My favorite member.
And you as well, correct?
I'm just hosting.
Oh, okay.
Well, I might have to make it out to
You
that
should
one.
pop out. It's going
I
to be a
should
great
probably
show.
come to that
Shout
one.
out J
I
Plus,
know
by
some
the way.
people.
Yeah,
performing,
shout out to
so.
J+. Yeah. Shout out
Yeah.
to J Plus for putting it
It's
together.
gonna be a
Oh
great
yeah,
show.
that's the J Plus one.
Yes.
Oh, nice. I'm doing one of his. The one with.
Oh yeah, he's got
Young
the whole
Z.
summer tour. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing that one with him.
What's the
I did
date?
see that too. Yeah. My bad.
What's
you-
the date on that?
'Cause-
Is it the other? It's the other one. It's like the week before or something.
Oh, is it? Because I was like, I know we're in a weekend lineup. Like, he's doing shows the 4th, 5th, and 6th. We're on the 5th. Are
So maybe
you-
I'm the 4, or I don't know. Let me look. Real
Well,
quick.
that's cool
Fact
then.
check real quick.
We're all,
Yeah.
Yeah.
we're all community here.
Shout out to J Plus.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out Jay.
So he was doing some Cypher series, right,
Excuse me.
I saw that.
for a while. So whatever his partner was,
I think they just did one out in
asked me
Revere, right?
to do one of them, and then they like split up. But I wrote something to one of his beats. It was like crazy because it was slower than I usually work with, and I wrote it and I was like, oh, this is like one of the best things I've ever written, man. I'm like, that's
dope.
awesome, man.
It's dope when that happens.
Yeah. So I'm like definitely looking forward to seeing him again. And
Whenever that date is.
yeah. What is it? August 4th.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
so
Sammy's.
you're the day.
Oh,
Sammy's
yes.
day.
Yeah.
Right.
So you're the day right
In
before.
Revere.
With Young Z.
And Revere Kid.
Over in Revere.
Nice.
The Outsiders.
So yeah, so August 4th, August 5th, got some dope hip hop shows coming.
Yeah.
Make sure you make it out to at least one of them, but you should make it to both. Because it's a good mix of hip hop.
There's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
show the 6th too on that Sunday. I'm gonna butcher all of the information because I don't know where that is, but I do know that he has a 3rd show that Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
And
got
I
3.
think-
Oh, so he has one each day on the week?
Yeah, the
That's
4th, 5th,
awesome.
and 6th. Because I know
Well,
on
that's
the
gonna be a
Sunday
busy
show,
weekend
I
for him.
Noza Rez, he's on the bill.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I saw
Paula
that one.
Ferris. There's other artists on that one too. I just can't. My recall.
And also, I'm doing a show with Sean Patel on August 17th.
Sean Patel's a cool dude
At
too.
the,
He's
the
great.
Open, yeah.
He shows a lot.
Shout out
he
to
shows
Sean.
a lot of love to
He's
the podcast.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
I really
really
like
great.
him.
I could
I don't
connected
actually
with
don't
him.
think I've ever actually met him in person, but online, I love him.
Yeah.
I've met him a couple
I'm thinking
times.
about
Yeah.
doing his
Jay,
open mic night
of
on August 17th at I think he does the Walnut Street Cafe.
Yeah, that's the
situation.
Is that what I just said?
Is that what you just said?
August 17th.
I'm so sorry.
No, that's all right. Are you not listening to me?
She doesn't have headphones, so she can't hear you.
Right.
I'm so sorry.
So that's what I'm doing. I'm doing the open mic.
Okay, I might see you there because I
Yeah.
was actively listening to
Yeah.
this conversation.
That's all right. I won't judge you again.
Again. She's like, oh dear God. Okay. And with that note, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I want to say God bless. Appreciate y'all. Shout out to MOCG. Shout out to 41st Studios for this beautiful space. As always, got to give credit where credit is due. But until next time, my name is Jay Faith.
My name is L.Y.F.E.
And I'm Kayla.
And we got...
Ferris Electric.
And this is the Right Mind Wednesdays podcast. But we also got Crispy in the back. I got to show love to
Yeah.
my man in the back. This
over
is
here.
There we go.
the Right Mind Wednesdays podcast. We'll catch y'all next
Right
time.
Mind.
What's up?